we're doing a 2-for-1 because we finished chapter 6 as well on live today. What are we talking about? We're talking about the picture of Dorian Gray. Okay, the picture of Dorian Gray. It's where a guy sells his soul for eternal beauty because he wants to be pretty forever. Don't we all? That's why we put on those creams and listen to all the influencers tell us about this cream or these patches or Botox or filler, or just put in things in your face, on your face, in your face, around your face, in your body, on your stomach, in your stomach, on your feet, all in hopes to never age and stay beautiful and pretty and young forever, as though time would not come for us all on its pale, pale horse. Yes, we are just mortal. Oh my god, but what does this have to do with the picture of Dorian Gray? Well, lots of things. Okay, we don't know why he sold his soul yet. We're just on chapter 6. We found out that he's engaged to a woman that doesn't even know his real name. No, nay. Okay, but Basil and Harry Watson, his two friends, are meeting for dinner, and they're going to find out all about Sybil Vane before they go and meet her in person at the theater. Yes, this is an interesting chapter because you get to see how characters like Harry and characters like Basil influence our main character Dorian in a type of like angel devil kind of way. I feel like Lord Henry is certainly the devil on your shoulder, like telling you, like, do the bad thing, be selfish, be a little mischievous, push people in the dirt, commit small crimes, petty theft, and fraud. Whereas Basil's like, you know, move with empathy. Consider how you are going to affect other people. Don't listen to everything Henry says. It's not all that true. Listen to your heart, listen to your feelings. Very interesting character dynamic. I definitely like Harry's character because he is an exciting character to read about. He's brilliant, very intelligent, very kind of evil, sadistic, maybe a sociopath in some kind of way. But you know, like, how else would this novel be fun without characters like Harry? Dorian has met Basil. Basil is shocked. Okay, he's like, wait, what? You suddenly got engaged? You're a nobleman. You're an aristocrat. What are you thinking? You can't just marry beneath your station. You have to think about your reputation. You have to think about the class that you're in. You can't just marry any harlot, you see, because she's an actress, you know, just because you're all swept up in it. And Harry says something very interesting. He says, I hope that he does get married. And I hope that for the first 6 months is passionate. And then I hope that after the passion dies, and even though he's still married, that he pursues somebody else. Because what does a man like Harry know about being faithful? Basil often challenges Harry. He's like, yeah, you say all this stuff, but you don't really, you know, do those things, you know? You walk the walk, or you talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk. You walk the walk and you don't talk the talk. I don't know how the saying goes. I'm pretty sure it was the other way. But yeah, he just is like, you just say facetious things for the sake of being facetious. You just say things like, you just This is the first time Dorian actually challenges Harry and is like, or Henry, Lord Henry, Harry, whatever you want to call him. This is the first time he challenges them and is like, you know what? No. Okay, like when it comes to the concept of love and pleasure, and you try to feign like you're a hedonist, but absolutely not. Okay, stop it, beep beep. Okay, you're not gonna stop me on my journey to happiness in my happy car, going to marry Sybil Vane. The issue with this is that, again, Dorian is an orphan. His grandfather got his real father. And then his mother died of a broken heart because she was beautiful. Oh my god. You could see my deodorant. I'm not gonna stop. It didn't rub in all the way. Ew. But he's like, I'm not gonna let you influence me, but I also didn't tell my guardians that I'm engaged. And then Harry was like, did you really ask her formally? Because, like, obviously there is a societal structure on how an engagement is to be done if you're a nobleman. On top of that, okay, you have to actually ask her. And Dorian was all like, well, we kissed and said that we loved each other, so I'm engaged. That's how it works. Yeah. And you know what? Bless his fucking heart, because that is so sweet. Like, if a guy was like, I'm in love with you, and we kissed, and he was suddenly like, we're engaged now, I'd be like, I feel like such a princess. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. I mean, obviously Dorian had taken time to pursue her and spend time with her at the theater that she worked at. He obviously cares about the situation that she's in, because he sees, if you saw my summary regarding chapter 5 regarding Sybil Vane, you would know that Dorian is aware of the situation that Sybil Vane is in, and it's only a matter of time. So he's like, let me whisk her away and save her. I don't want anyone else to have her. I want her to be safe with me. He obviously has real feelings for her, values her as an artist. He's just enthralled by her. But men like Harry are just like, women are no good for anything other than being muses, and they're meant to worship us, and they're, you know, meant to, like, and he also says, like, marriage is when you lose your identity because you're no longer able to act and move in a selfish way. And if you do, you know, at that point, it's like, it's really good, but you always have to consider the other person. You become enmeshed with that person. You are no longer entirely uniquely your own person. So he has a very pessimistic outlook on marriage. And he tries to package it in a way where he's just being a realist. He's very Machiavellian in his thinking. And, you know, it just really squanders the concept of romance outside of just marrying for your own personal benefit. And it seems as though that's what Harry did. If anything, I feel like Harry is projecting his negative outlook or his personal experiences onto Dorian. And I think Dorian's like, you know what? No. Dorian is an orphan, right? So he says, you know, women have poured into us all this love. And when we mature, as young men do, and we are ready for marriage, we are meant to return that back to them. And what does this mean? Well, I think within the context of understanding Dorian's character, he's an orphan. He has no mother. So if you're a walking and living person right now, the hope is that your mother ensured your survival in infancy. She fed you, clothed you, changed you, loved you, nurtured you. And so this is his mindset, right? His mindset is, as women put into us men that love, we return it back when, you know, it's time to marry. When we're in love. Oh, love is so beautiful. Love. I love it. And Basil actually agrees with Dorian. He's like, yeah, don't let Harry influence you too much. Be your own person. Be your own, like, it is so interesting seeing two perspectives kind of fighting and duking it out and being the voice of consciousness or of the character Dorian, because we don't really hear too much about Dorian's inner mind as we do the other characters so far, up into chapter 6. So they're on their way to go and meet Sybil Vane. Obviously, just like Harry, so is Basil experiencing a little bit of loss at this idea of Dorian getting engaged and married to Sybil Vane. So they're obviously on their way to go meet her, but it just seems so sad and heartbreaking that they may lose their